Everybody, and welcome to the Box Out Boys podcast. We are the NBA podcast of the people. Your home for lukewarm takes and substandard analysis. I'm Titus, Two Shots Dominguez, and with me, as always, it's Chris, the Stats Man Gorman. Hit him with the stats, Chris.
Hi, Titus.
Yes, there he is. All right. NBA season has started. Also, seeing red, as always, the Lombard Joe McCroskey. Get that, Joe. Now, Joe's delayed. Am I delayed?
God. No, I don't know. I think I just got delayed.
Okay. Well, we're just gonna keep rolling. It's all right. A little rough start because who is cleaning it up but the sixth man of the year, Adam the Professional Bruns. How are the levels tonight, Adam?
Sounds great. I feel like you and me are the only two that are smoothly sailing.
I know what's happening here, guys. It's all right. It's a pretty big podcast. So. Well, what an intro.
We're here. We're back.
We're here. We're back. It's a little bit of a rusty start, I would say, here for the Box Out Boys, but it's okay. It's the beginning of the NBA season. Last night, it finally kicked off. NBA basketball. Tonight is opening night for a lot of the rest of the league here. I don't know if everybody's playing tonight, but our Chicago Bulls are playing. No game talk. Hashtag no game talk. But guys, we have a great show. We're gonna break down the games from last night. Obviously, two marquee matchups in the Nuggets versus the Lakers and the Suns versus the Warriors. Championship contenders all around. Joey's got some a nice look at the City Edition jerseys that nobody seems to like. And then I got a couple of questions for the boys related to last night's game in our new one-on-one segment. So I guess we can kind of start it off with the first game of the night, Lakers and the Nuggets. Let's start with the award ceremony. Did you guys watch the ring ceremony before the game, hoisting of the banner? Joey, were you in on that? Were you locked in, or were you waiting for the actual tip-off before you showed up?
Yeah, no, I was waiting for tip-off. I did not decide that I needed to see Jokic act like he cared about getting a ring when everything he said was the exact opposite of that. So I did not tune in for it. I waited till tip, and I watched the clips afterwards.
Chris, did you see
I think I cared about as much as Jokic did about.
Oh wow! All right, man. Am I the only one here? Am I the only?
How did Jokic look?
He looked psyched. He looked really psyched. He actually looked pretty happy. Yeah, I mean, he looked happy about it. I thought overall it was a good ceremony. You know, kind of fun. I think they went through a lot of the play. They gave each player a ring, hang the banner. So pretty standard stuff. But it was kind of cool to see that happen. It's always a nice, kind of welcome back to the league. I do like to watch the opening ceremony for the winning team. But we'll go ahead and get into the game. The big man was the big man.
Head, so that's
true. I was a Nuggets head. I was like, yeah, let me see my boys. But man, the big man was the big man. A triple-double to start the season off. 30-point triple-double, basically, 29 points. Chris, what did you think of Jokic's performance? The Nuggets won the game 119-107. Kind of competitive here and there, but for the most part, it was kind of the Nuggets doing their thing.
The Nuggets got out on a run early, I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah, they were up early. It kind of was
yeah,
back and forth a little bit throughout the game, but really not. It's kind of like the Lakers would make a run, and then the Nuggets would just shut it down. So, but what did you think of the game overall? How do you feel about the Nuggets? And then kind of what did you think about the Lakers?
Nuggets, they picked up where they left off. They're the new Spurs. Like what Jokic is doing reminds me of Duncan, where you watch him on the court and he's getting some points here, and then you look at the box, you're like, oh, you just got the most casual triple-double I think I've ever seen.
Yeah.
So that was, it's just Jokic doing Jokic things. The Lakers, it's been one game. I'm very nervous about what I'm seeing, though. Gabe Vincent, he might be a little mid.
Oh, yeah.
D'Angelo Russell cannot play on a winning team. There was a clip I saw. Yeah, I'm completely out on D'Angelo Russell after last year. But there was a clip of him that LeBron told him how I'm going to set a pick here, you give me the ball, and I can see the whole court, however it was.
Yeah.
And they do the play, and D'Lo kind of sees the pick and then just does an ISO 3-pointer, bricks it. It's just like, okay. It's game 1, and this is what D'Lo's doing. This is awesome.
What are we running here?
Yeah, we'll see. Christian Wood, he got some play. I thought he only finished with 7 points, but he was getting some time early on.
Yeah.
There's a lot to work out, but I'm just not I'm not looking forward to the point guard situation in LA. But the Nuggets are perfect, so Nuggets are winning again. Let's go.
Nuggets look good. Joey, what did you think of the game?
Chris calling Gabe Vincent mid might be my favorite pod take we've ever had. That was
2 names again now, I noticed.
Yeah, oh crap, he's supposed to be Gabe.
Gabe went right back to Gabe Vincent.
These 2 names and you called them mid, so it's just a double knock. No, I don't understand how Jokic does what Jokic does.
He's a beast, man.
Like it's just so. I was like thinking last night when I was watching it, I was almost like, is this bad for basketball? Like for the casual fan, is this guy like bad?
I think it's the opposite.
No, it was like a really extreme just sitting there. It was like an extreme moment of sitting there of like, people look at this and it's like, how is that guy good? Like people talk about the NBA being like full of these superstars and like guys that are crazy athletic and like these freaks of nature. And then it's like, how is this guy making these guys who are the freaks of nature look like that? And I mean, it was a nonsensical. I don't actually believe that, but it was like, that's how extreme like is becoming with Jokic. And the fact that he just strolled in, right? I mean, he didn't practice, he didn't train all off season, just strolled in and just kind of was like, yeah, I'm back and here I am. It's awesome. But yeah, I agree with Chris on the Lakers. It was weird for them. LeBron looked like he was giving everything he had, kind of like, this is like, you guys got to match my energy. If I can do this, you should all be able to do it. Anthony Davis not scoring a point in the second half was it's not a good look for them. They're going to definitely need more from him. I'm just concerned. I think what Chris was saying, like, do they have all the pieces, or is it just very LeBron and AD again? But that could be the problem. It just seems like that's the way they're built, unfortunately, again for another season.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of had a slightly different take where I kind of came away from the game a little not as worried about the Lakers. I still feel like the Lakers are going to be a solid team this year. AD not scoring at all in the second half is definitely an issue, but it's something that can theoretically be fixed. You know what I mean? He should be able to score in the second half in most games, I would imagine. So I don't think that's going to be an issue going forward.
He should.
He should. He should. I mean, he should be just the hottest take right there. He should be able to score in the second half, I would imagine. So I don't think that's going to be an issue. And then, yeah, LeBron kind of his minutes were also seemed kind of limited. They were taking him out quite a bit. Obviously, he's year 21. He's not out there running and gunning. So I think that's going to be an issue. But I think when the bench kind of solidifies their roles and stuff, I think they'll be okay. And of course, they're going up against the defending champs in their building on ring night. A lot of energy in the building. So certainly wasn't an easy task. Let's see. Jokic had the triple-double. Jamal and KCP with 20 apiece. I mean, other than that, it really was a pretty straightforward game. Any more thoughts on that? You guys want to get into Suns and Warriors?
Nuggets the repeat. Let's go.
Nuggets three-peat. Three-peat. Wow.
Two-peat. Repeat.
Repeat. I thought you were calling 2
more. With my repeat there.
All right. I like it. Suns Warriors. Suns won a close one, 108-104. Down the stretch, it was pretty close. Warriors kind of, in my opinion, maybe kind of let that one slip away a little bit. Chris Paul missed 3 threes in the last 3 minutes. That's never a good look. Point Booker looked nice, 32 and 8 from him. Durant only had 18, but he had 11 boards. So nice game overall from the Suns. Nice win from them. I'm sure Durant felt good winning in Golden State. Joey, what was your thoughts on that matchup, and what did you think of that game?
Yeah, I was impressed with Booker, and I thought kind of with Durant going there might be maybe a little bit of like a learning curve for like him trying to spend more time getting him involved, right? Because like Booker hasn't had a scorer alongside him yet. When they made their run to the finals, whatever, 2-3 years ago, I mean, Chris Paul's not like, a big time scorer. Ayton was never a big time scorer. So I was kind of thinking like, all right, are him and Durant gonna have to figure out how to make this work? And right off the tip, Booker was just kind of doing what he does. It didn't look like there was any sort of like care for, hey, I need to make sure that Durant gets his shots. And for me, that was kind of a very it was a positive outlook for them, right? Because I was thinking like there might be some time for them to kind of figure this out and figure out who gets the ball when and make sure everybody's getting their shots. But if they can come in on night one and Booker is like, yeah, I don't really care if this dude gets his shots, like I'm going to get mine. Like to me, that is that conversation, that kind of plan had already been talked about and executed or planned to execute. And it worked really well. And all that being said, though, like you said, Golden State only lost by 4, and they shot the ball absolutely terribly for a team that is known for shooting the way that they do. Curry was 8 of 24, 14 from 3. Like that right there is just something that never really happens. So I would be less concerned about Golden State. Like I think, that's going to obviously fix itself. CP3 said it himself. He's like, I was part of the team that missed 24 3-pointers in a row. That's probably not going to happen again. But I was impressed with Phoenix. And to me, like Phoenix looks scary. If Booker can come out on night one and put up 32 points without even batting an eye, like if those two guys go off at the same time, it's going to be hard to beat them.
And they still had Beal on the bench, and Draymond was on the bench for the Warriors. So I mean, it wasn't a full strength.
I didn't even notice that. I completely forgot that Beal wasn't playing.
Beal, watching
that game, completely forgot.
Chris, what did you think of that matchup, man? And did you come away with maybe a little more faith in the Suns?
No, and I didn't really take much from this game. Draymond Green was out. What are we? He's the defensive anchor of the Warriors. Without him on the team, anybody can beat the Warriors at any given night. The Warriors look sloppy. They're the sloppiest team in the league. Draymond's just usually there cleaning up.
They had low turnovers last night.
Did they? They just looked. I guess they didn't have that many
turnovers. For them, I should say.
They just didn't look. Yeah, like Joey mentioned, the 4 of 14 from Curry, 3 of 11 from Thompson. So what is that? 7 of 20 of 33 from 3 between the 3 guys.
And they shot 10 of 43.
They couldn't make their shots.
CP3 is 0 of 6. So,
and I kept hearing Josh Okogie's name, which he used to play for the Timberwolves. So I kept hearing Okogie. He finished with 17 on 7 of 9. He had a 3. That's not going to happen. He averages 8 points a game, maybe. So. We'll see what happens when Beal comes back. I wanted to ask you guys who's more important. I don't. It's not about who's better, but who's like maybe who's better too. Draymond Green or Bradley Beal? Like who would you rather have?
Oh, Draymond. Yeah, I think
so, right? Like,
Draymond.
Yeah.
Even based on that team, the way it's set up, Phoenix, like they don't need Beal.
And that's like I might be thinking the situation specific, like to the Suns and to the Warriors, but I think also just in general, I think I would rather have Draymond Green.
I didn't check my rankings, but I'm pretty sure I had Draymond lower, and it's like, wait, no, Beal shouldn't be. I can't believe Beal missed the first game with a back. I'm like this NBA season.
Yeah, you were pissed.
Yeah, that was annoying. And then Draymond being out, I don't know why he was out. I'm not as annoyed with it, so whatever.
I guess
I'm not taking too much from it. Game 1, good job, Suns. You do what you're supposed to do and move on.
I like it. I'll come say I was a little bit impressed with the Suns. I feel like they look sharper than I think. I don't know why. I just forget sometimes that Booker and Durant are really good players, and adding Beal, even though he's maybe not the player he used to be or the player that those guys are, he's as a third wheel is going to be very sharp. I thought Nurkic and Okogie were good pickups. I know that those guys came over in the trade in the offseason. Nurkic looked good for them as far as a rebounder, just a big body, a guy that can go to the basket. I mean, like the ceiling basket was a pick and roll from him and Booker. So that was nice. As far as Golden State goes, I thought they looked deep, especially once Dre comes back. That second unit looked good. I do have some concerns about them, but I'm not too worried about them as well either. So I thought it was a good night overall for all those teams. That's kind of where I felt. So any other last thoughts on the games last night? And we can move on to some other topics.
Let's talk jerseys.
Let's move on. Well, real quick before we go to jerseys, I'm going to give you guys I'm gonna give you guys. No, I'll give you a quick. The 1-1. I got 2 questions for you guys related kind of to the games. So your answers. So Chris, you kind of touched on it a little bit, but we'll go into this one. Who do you think is an X factor for each of those teams, or for one of those teams? You can have to pick all 4, or maybe like the linchpin, like the most important key to their season of success. Joey, you got a guy that kind of stood out to you watching those two games?
From Phoenix, I think it's Devin Booker. I think they're going to go as he goes. You got to assume Durant's probably going to miss his normal, 15, 20 games, whatever he's going to do at some point. Beal clearly has shown probably going to miss some time too. So that's Devin Booker on the Suns. Golden State. Is it weird to feel like it's not Draymond, it's not Steph? Like, is it Clay? Is it Clay?
Clay? Yeah, the Clay was the guy that I had.
Like,
he's
the
X
factor. You know what you're going to get from Steph.
Me.
You know what you're going to get from Draymond.
If he's not an all-star level player, they're not going to be a serious contender.
Right. If Clay is giving you they'll be middle of the pack, kind of like they were last year, where they're going to have to fight their whole way through it. If he's all-star level, then that's the definition of X factor, I guess. Yeah. Nuggets. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if there's one of the Nuggets. I didn't really identify like an X factor right off the bat.
No.
The Lakers, maybe it is D'Angelo Russell. It's
that could
solid
be.
Actual like solid actual consistent guard play for them. Something reliable outside of Anthony Davis and
for me, I had Anthony Davis for the Lakers. I said I had Anthony Davis for the Lakers. I know that's kind of an obvious one, but 17 points in the first half, and they looked like it was a competitive game, and then nothing in the second half, and that's kind of when it really slipped away from them, and they couldn't really make any move. So I think kind of on the line, like with Booker, yeah, they have LeBron, the Suns have Durant, but it's kind of up to Booker and AD as far as those two teams, how far they go. Chris, any of those guys or any other guys stand out?
Yeah, all those guys. The only one not mentioned that I wanted to call it was Michael Porter Jr. If that guy is hurt, there's no backup that can play at his size and his skill level. So he's kind of the most important piece of the, I think.
All right, we'll start with you on this last question, Chris. Rank those 4 teams from last night in the most likely to win the championship.
Nuggets, Warriors, Lakers, Suns.
Wow. All right. Joey?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nuggets, Suns, Warriors, Lakers.
That's how I had it too.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to be a hater on the Suns all season.
I know. I love it. I'm ready for it. This is great.
It's so annoying.
Chris is really low on the Suns. Yeah, you are.
No, be a hater. That's good. We need haters.
Nurkic played. Like, if they don't, we didn't talk about him yet as an X factor. Who's the next big guy that got minutes for them? Drew Eubanks?
Good.
Are you kidding me? He plays good. He just doesn't play.
He's a guy that's he's got to be there for them. So
Yuta Watanabe, no, he's 6'8". I thought he was bigger. So I don't know, man. No big men on this team. I'm out.
He's out. No big men. No Chris.
Eric, who can't play more than 50 games. Like 2018, 56 games. Anyways,
bum. Just a bum. All right, we got one last thing we're gonna do tonight. Bring us home, Joey. Let's go. Let's look at these terrible jerseys. There's no way to set this segment up. Joey's gonna run us through the city jerseys.
Yeah, I feel like everybody has talked about these jerseys. So we need to give our 2 cents to it.
We need an
annual city edition jersey. I don't know how many years I've been doing this. Probably 5-6 years at this point. But yeah, we're gonna start in the East. So we're gonna pull them up here. I'll give a quick little hit on them, and then let's kind of try and pick their favorite. All right, let's at least get one jersey that we can kind of get behind from each division as we go. Okay, that's the goal.
Let's
start with the Central. Chris, thoughts on the Central uniforms?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Can I
Detroit for me too.
Can I just rank it? Like Detroit? Oh God, there's no second. Like Indiana. I don't like the cartoony thing. And maybe Milwaukee, even though it's
Milwaukee would be my second choice. Detroit, Milwaukee feel like the two winners out of this one. Chicago is brutal.
That is the worst. That is the worst city jersey. I haven't seen. I glanced at all of them, but
That's
right now,
brutal.
just seen the first 5 of the 30 that we'll go through. Chicago is the worst one.
That's brutal. I'm embarrassed to be a Chicago.
That's the dumbest. It's not even like proportionally aligned with the two in the Chicago.
It's
like you'd think that'd be like more centered.
It's bad.
And then we're putting two. We're using 2 here for the display. Yes. We're using Alonzo Ball's number. Or no, wait, is that his number? Who's 2?
Yeah, no, you're right. Ball.
No,
right?
Ball. We're using the guy's name and playing on the
official
team.
NBA release, so that's Lonzo Ball.
Yeah, we got Benedict Mathurin, Cade Cunningham. Who's 9? Mm-hmm. Who's 9 for Milwaukee? Is it Bobby?
It's Bobby.
And then Donovan. Yeah, and then Donnie. And then Lonzo, who doesn't play. Awesome.
Who hasn't played 2 years. Great. Well, it's good for this jersey that's going to sit on the shelves. It's terrible.
All right, let's move on.
Yes.
Tired of looking at it.
Tired of looking at this shit. Get it off my screen.
All right. Well, I have no opinion then, so we'll move on to the South.
Oh, sorry.
What was your opinion?
I thought you were talking while we were talking.
No, it's cool. Right, it's cool. No,
hold on. Go back. I want to hear your opinion on this Central.
It's fine.
It's fine. Nothing for him.
All
right.
No, my opinion is that Milwaukee's jersey is the best one of this group because it actually is the Milwaukee River and it's Bend going through. So like there's actual connection to the city. It's a city edition jersey. They actually put thought into it. So I get behind it. That's my thought.
Okay. That's
fair.
All right.
I like it.
Like that.
Yeah. So that's why I said no thoughts.
Colors.
Southeast.
Southeast.
Oh, pretty obvious one here. That's the worst. I think we can all agree.
Yeah, the Heat culture. It's just as bad. It's the only terrible. The only one worse than that is Chicago's.
Now I'm looking at
Chicago's
3 that are
better
brutal.
than Heat culture.
No, Chicago's is not. It's right
I
there.
I wouldn't wear either. Culture is so big on this jersey. Like,
it just
why
says
is it
culture.
so big?
It just says it's like district for the District of Columbia for Washington. What is so for me? The 3 that are just right now eyesores.
It's
AT1. What is that? It's at 15. Is that what that says?
ATL.
I know it says ATL, but look at that shit. It looks like at 15. I thought that was the number. I thought it was a number of the jersey. I was like, what? Okay, so it's at 15. All right. And then Heat culture is just, come on, stop it. They will use Stacey King.
Garbage.
And then I don't know what's happening with District of Columbia 33 there. That's just, what is this? Is this a Robert Langdon novel? Is this The Lost Symbol or something?
Nice.
I'm sorry.
I think in a normal year,
Orlando's
where we didn't have this bad of jerseys, the Orlando jersey would get talked about more as just being disappointing.
Yeah.
It looks like
you almost have I feel like you almost have a good jersey there.
Almost.
There's just a lot little tweaks that you would have to make to really actually make it.
Orlando.
It kind of reminds me of the '90s jersey back when Shaq and Penny. A second, but then it just
a spirit.
Yeah,
Buzz City's okay. I don't hate it.
Again, it's another one that's just kind of
Charlotte's is fine.
It's better than their clip one they had last year.
Colored.
So
it's fair. Although I would still rather have the clip one than the Buzz.
Well, you guys know what I heard, right? I heard nobody could find the clit, so they
gotta get rid of. Oh, nice. This is adult rated podcast.
All right, so
Buzz
City, I think, is the winner.
Buzz City's the winner for you
out of this one. So
I like Orlando for me.
It's got to be.
But yeah,
okay,
it's one of those 2.
All right, let's go to the Atlantic Division.
Oh my God,
good Lord, holy
terrible!
What? First off, I just have to say the Nets. Just throw that out. All right, that one's worse than the Bulls. Burn that, please.
No, I don't mind this one. I don't like it.
Stop it.
But I like that at least they tried something.
What did they try?
To be goofy and silly.
Okay. To be a silly goose?
A silly goose.
Nets trying to be a silly goose?
They're appealing to the 12 and under demographic with this jersey. Feels
Isn't that it was like some artist or something did this? Is that the word on the streets?
Is that right?
I thought I heard that somewhere.
I do believe there was some artist, yes.
They needed to get a different one.
I don't know which artist, but not a good
This
one.
guy, there's no Banksy.
Can I talk about the Sixers one? The Sixers had one of the best city jerseys last year, in my opinion, and this one, they just made a worse version of the one last
Who,
year.
the Brotherlies?
The city. It's again with the font sizes on these jerseys.
Yeah, what are we
makes no
doing here?
sense to me. And the different fonts and different brotherly. Okay.
It's like the city of brotherly love.
I can't look at the New York one correctly.
The blurred.
It's fine. It's different, I guess. I like the Toronto one. I will say I do like the Toronto one. If I was a fan of Toronto and I wanted a jersey, I would consider that one.
I like New York. The double vision's a little weird, but Boston is just fine. Boston, they never do anything exciting.
No.
But the brotherly love and the Nets, you can just throw those out right now. Those are terrible. Nets is garbage. I hate that so much. Why is it different levels for the? It's just Nets.
Joey, what? Let's move on. But Joey, what other opinion do you have?
No, you know what? This is great.
This is so much fun. I'm glad.
I'm actually. This is way better than I expected it to be.
Look at that thing.
So I'm so happy.
Let's just be real. Somebody was like,
I'll add Boston because we talked about Boston, but Boston might as well have not even made a jersey. It's exactly the same as like a regular jersey for them. Like
they just put like a gold
instead of Celtics, it just says Boston. Like, yeah, it's not exciting. All right, let's go to the Western Conference here. We'll start with the Pacific. We'll do Pacific. Yeah. All right.
Okay. These are okay.
There you go.
All right. What knockoff brand of soda is the Clips?
Nice.
This looks like something you buy at Aldi. This is Clips. It's like Sprite, but different, but cheaper.
You guys drink Clips?
You guys drink Clips? You guys crack a Clips? You guys want to crack a Clips? That's what that looks like to me.
Or it could be like off-brand chips.
Yeah, it's off-brand chips. Clips. These are Clips. We clip the potatoes. We don't actually chip them.
Let's talk about what's going on with the Lakers one. Why is the N on top? Is it just because the character count made the N?
Yeah, the N just had to be a little high.
Let's put the N high. This is so weird how bad these are.
Right. And then, look, I get it. El Valle or whatever you're trying to do. You're pandering to the Hispanics. That's fine. I appreciate it. But, come on. What are we doing here?
The Kings one's fine. That feels like a retro jersey, though, more than a city jersey.
Yeah, that looks... I don't know what that looks like.
San Francisco. Joey, do you know anything about why it's like that? Kind of like the Milwaukee River? Is this something to do with...
is that something with the bridge or something?
Or
the curvy streets?
No, I do know Los Angeles though. The Lakers was supposed to be an homage to when they were the Minneapolis Lakers, I believe. That was their original logo or original jersey format.
Minneapolis.
They tried to force the triangle back for Los Angeles.
Don't like it.
So.
Wow, so the city that they're not even no longer in, they try to.
Correct.
Okay, great, cool.
Oh man, it's just one of those things you see it as an idea for.
I've got a question. I'm going to ask you guys at the end of this, but
okay. The end of this specific segment, or the end of all of these. I still can't. I just wanted to know where I can get Eclipse at.
El Valle is fine.
Right,
I actually kind of like the
El Valle is fine. It's just.
Pander to the Tituses of the world.
To the Tituses of the world. Ooh, get your El. ¿Cómo está? Get your El Valle.
Weird.
2 minutes. Dos minutos. 2 minutos más. Pour me Eclipse, will you? That's a Mexican soda. How did you do that?
The Eclipse one is pretty bad. I can't unsee that.
I can't unsee that. All I can see is a freaking can.
I kind of want one now. I kind of want
Eclipse.
We should get Eclipse jersey.
Give me a nice, crispy, delicious Clips. It's like knockoff Squirt. All right, Kings is fine.
All right, here we go. We'll go to the Northwest, guys. We're gonna move.
Okay.
Okay. I actually like
Okay.
most of these.
Utah. I like Utah.
Utah's their old retro one.
Yeah.
Rip City's fine.
Rip City's fine.
Utah's pass.
OKC, I like this on paper. I'm curious to see what it looks like
Yeah.
because it reminds me of the Warriors one from last year that I kind of liked, but when you saw it on, I was like, oh yeah, no. Minnesota's I like the the Lakes thing.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Lakes?
No, dude. Last year's jersey was so bad.
That's true. All right.
You know, they redeemed themselves a little bit with this one. It's fine. I mean, compared to everything else, it's one of the best.
Yeah,
but
this
still, it's
isn't a
not that
bad
great
division.
I don't know what's going on here with the 52. I understand that's the elevation thing.
Oh, is that what that
it's
is?
Just a lot of numbers going on in Denver. Yeah.
Okay.
52, 80 feet. So,
but that's like we're stretching here.
Yeah, it's weird.
We're stretching for the Mile High City. Okay, I get it now.
Oh,
oh, it's a mile. Yeah, I got it. Now I get that. Cool. 5,300 feet in a mile, right? Isn't that the thing?
It really feels like though they just ran out of time making these jerseys this year. Because even the Utah one, if I want to nitpick,
yes, 5,000.
Why is but why is the Utah one have like TAH?
It's not special.
Why is it like lowercase, but it's why is that?
It's like tailing off. Yeah, like why is it?
Like, just make it the same size.
It looks like it's like coming at you. Like we're Utah, and we're coming at
you. Maybe it's Utah.
You. They got the Soldier Boy Tellums in Utah. Rip City's fine. OKC, I don't know what's going on with that. Minnesota's fine. Denver's okay.
Is the OKC one supposed to mimic a storm?
I don't know what that's supposed to be.
Maybe.
Is it thunders? Yeah, are those little thunderclouds? Oh yeah, okay. I see a little lightning bolt.
A little.
I don't know.
Oh, and there's like I see a thunder. Okay, looks like they just
go to the last.
Right. Yeah, go to the last one. Sorry, running a little long here.
Let's go to the last one. No, you guys get it. When we're done with this one, I've got a question though on all of this. I'll ask you guys. So just all right. So last division, Southwest.
Oh wow.
Okay, what is happening in Memphis?
What? That's hilarious.
That's the worst one. That is my least favorite one.
It's between that one, the Bulls one, and the Nets for me. Those are the three worst so far. Holy God!
I thought the Heat one's up there, or down there too.
It's down there too.
The Memphis. I don't mind the Memphis one. I get it.
Okay.
I kind of get it.
It feels like something was like if you can read this letter, you're like in the 1% of people or something. They like a Facebook post. It's
like
all misspelled.
Font in Microsoft Word.
So it's supposed to be mem. Is that what that's supposed to be?
Yeah.
Mem
for Memphis.
They just went with mem.
Yes.
They didn't just go with mem. They did
chunky blocky lines. Nola, just how many times are we going to do that?
Yeah, it's whatever.
San Antonio's whatever. I actually kind of like that H-Town though. That's kind of sneaky cool. But and Mavs looks like it's an old-timey saloon or something.
It's a little bland.
I feel like the Dallas, the three Texas ones are all kind of bland.
Yeah. They're very bland. Bland was safe though.
Bland.
This is kind of bland.
Question.
Yes.
Oh, hey, Adam.
Hey, what's up? What is 22? The one that says 22?
Just the
Memphis.
number, the team, or the player.
It's supposed to be for Memphis.
The player's number.
No, I know. I just referencing the jersey because I can't say what it says because there's no letters on it.
It's supposed to be MEM. MEM.
Oh. Oh my God.
Those are the only three letters they could put because how are you going to put a P or an I or an S?
Well, I'm just saying maybe they should just
font.
pick something completely different because that looks terrible.
Yeah.
That looks like hieroglyphics. Egyptian team.
It looks like Roman numerals, and then somebody said equals.
I had to say something because that's ridiculous.
That's bad. That's the worst one.
Bad one.
Thank you, Adam.
You're welcome.
All right, Joey, what's your question here?
All right. If there's any jersey that you guys could have made, tweaked, redone. What's the one you would have done, and what would you have put on it? Like off the top of your head, is there what would you?
I think for me it would have been the Orlando jersey. I would have done a different color palette, maybe, because it's kind of like a silvery gray kind of deal, right? I might have done more like the old school black and blue, like, or maybe a white and black and blue, and then like that really sort of make the star pop a little bit, so it looks more Magic than Dallas Cowboys. That would have been the one I would have done, because I like that in theory. It didn't land all the way for me.
Yeah,
I would take the Chicago one out back and just burn it and completely start over. Maybe go with can we put a bowl on the front, like with the
I
don't think they've ever done that. Well, like how how the Atlanta Hawks had the giant hawk,
like
in the 90s with Mutombo on it.
Man, like a big bull.
Get a big bull on there. Let's get bold here with the Bulls. The Bulls always have one of the most boring city jerseys every year. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't even mind the cartoony thing. I know Tice would have hated that with the Nets, but if the Bulls did that, there's a big kid fan base that would
would be maybe be cool with Bulls one. Think of like onto the cartoony, but like a cartoon. You remember like the old school Raptors jerseys with the cartoon raptor, like a cartoon bull in that same sort of in that spot, and maybe lean it. It's gonna be a little like cheesy, little goofy, little silly goose, but that might have been it. Anything but what they did.
Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago. Okay, thank you.
Joy, what's yours? Since you did the question.
Yeah.
My idea would have been for Sacramento.
Okay.
To do the beam. Like, how do you not have the beam like starting like at the waist, and then like a big purple beam coming up the chest, and like
is that a little too phallic though,
or something? Like, to me, that's just
across the shoulders. Just looking like it's
okay. That's perfect then. Like you're taking a risk. You are
you're taking a risk.
You're putting it all out there. You're saying we've got the
beam.
And
people are just like, I'm gonna go light my beam real quick.
Right.
They really could have.
The whole point of the city jersey is to sell extra jerseys, right? So if you put a giant purple beam penis on your shirt, people are going to buy it.
I think you're right.
I'm kind of mad they didn't do that.
That's a total missed opportunity. Like here's a podcaster takes 5 minutes and goes, "Hey, why didn't you put the beam on it?"
Got to clip that one.
Yeah, clip that one.
That's a short beam.
Right.
Beam it.
You created
light the beam.
Such a cool thing about your team for your city, and then you
iconic last year.
Light the beam. Done.
Light the beam. You could have put like a little buzzer or something. I don't know.
There you go.
Well, do better next year, NBA. These are terrible.
I might get the Minnesota jersey. Just
that's fine.
Give me a Nas Reed.
That's Reed.
That's acceptable.
Lakes.
I'll get a
Land Lakes jersey.
Land Lakes.
Get the matching shorts. We'll see when it comes out.
And I'll keep my eye on the shelves for clips. The butter jersey. All right.
We should do something with that clips one though.
We should do something with the clips.
We might want to do a bet where like the loser has to, or the winner gets a clip jersey.
Clip jersey. Who would you get? Like a?
It has to be obscure, like Zubac.
Zubac, or I was thinking like, would you just do like Paul George?
No. It's got to be like an obscure player. Maybe Batum.
Batum. Eclipse. All right, we should. Yeah, maybe what we do. I don't know if you guys want to do it. We're kind of spitballing on air. Maybe whoever wins the round table bracket thing we do, the other guys chip in and get them a clip jersey.
We'll see if that could be the default. If we think of something better,
yeah. Well, I'm sure we'll come up with a bet throughout this year. So, ooh.
I like it.
All right. Anything else for tonight, or that's it?
That's it.
That is it. Well, that is it for us today. Follow us on social media at the Box Out Boys. Slide in those DMs. Tell us what you thought about those jerseys. Which ones did you like? Spoiler alert. None of them are good. And be sure to subscribe, rate, and review on YouTube and Spotify. We'd very much appreciate that. So until next time, Box Out. I don't have to play music. Adam's here.
Oh, it's funny.
Yeah, it was weird. All right, I'm gonna stop my Audacity, get that going.
And recording.
Oh yeah, and recording.